So where to from here from the Springbok team? So Jacques Nienaber will be joining Leinster, therefore leaving the Springboks without a head coach. And Rassie Erasmus has 1 year left on his contract as director of rugby. A possible replacement for Nienaber is Johan Ackerman. Now, Johan Ackerman, he was the brains behind that almighty powerful Lions team that competed in 3 Super Rugby titles. Ackerman is the guy who brought us Malcolm Marx, Franco Mostert, Elton Yankees when he was good, and Quagga Smith. So Johan Ackerman is a guy that is spoken about as being the possible next Springbok coach. So next year being the start of the new Rugby World Cup cycle, it will be a rebuilding phase for the Springboks as a majority of the Springbok players, of the current Springbok players who competed in the final last night, the majority of them are in the early 30s. Some of them might go on to play in the World Cup, in the 2027 World Cup in France. But this is now an opportunity to blood in youngsters, especially the fact that we all know that the Springboks has a plethora of very good backline players that will be there for the next World Cup. However, I see that what we need is young props coming through. And this will be very good if younger props, but that's in the early to mid-20s, can come through now and just lay the foundation and learn from the guys that's currently there. Learn from a Kitsov, learn from a Frans Malherbe, learn from an Oxenche, and just to take the Springbok game forward. Next year will be a very interesting year for the Springboks, being the rebuilding phase. And I understand that the Springboks will be hosting Ireland for a 3-test match series. And that's going to be a very tough series. But I view this being an opportunity for the Boks to blood new players, especially new forwards, and then take the Springboks from there. So the future looks good for the Springboks, and hopefully we might look at the Springboks as going in there for a 3rd Rugby World Cup title in a row.